Scene 6 begins with Sheriff Bell paying some bills and writing out some checks to the employees. Meanwhile, his secretary is searching the database for license plates and cars to connect the criminals to the dead bodies. His secretary, who seems to be running the place, again asks Sheriff Bell if he'd like to meet with the DEA. He rejects it again, as there's no more accumulated new bodies out there. The word choice of quit versus leave the building is the secretary asking him what time he's going home. Quitting the building underscores the motif of his feeling overmatched, how age has flattened him, and I am retired, as Carla Jean pointed out. Bell's inability to keep up with the new kind of evil or crime is not a negative against him. It's rather a simple way to explain that the world has changed and evil prevails. Bell even considers retaking the oath as a sheriff to seek justice. Indeed, he'll have to take it not once a day or twice a day, but 3 motif times per day. Scene 26 is called Buddy Wells. Here, Investigator Wells has flowers in an all-white room while Moss awakes from his deep sleep. Wells rejects the idea that Moss has seen him because he still wouldn't be living. Moss describes this unknown killer. What is he, the ultimate bad ass? As in extreme evil? Wells point out that this man has just one flaw. As an anti-hero, it might require him to have humor, but Shigor has no sense of humor, according to Wells. This will turn out to be false, as Shigor speaks in double entendres on the phone with Moss in later scenes. Wells points out that it only took 3 hours to locate Moss in the hospital, and that if he can, so can Shigor. Moss points out that he spent the $2 million on whores and whiskey, and he's now retired. Wells makes a big deal that they'd both been to Vietnam before. Moss retorts, "What does that make me, your buddy?" This reminds us of Shigor's, "You must be my friendo, because you make small conversation about my license plate from Dallas." Wells plays his best card, the knowledge that his wife is in Odessa. So maybe Shigor is going to Odessa. What for, Moss inquires. To kill your wife. Moss's manner in dealing with evil is to confront it. When he says, well, maybe Shigor needs to be worried about me. And later on the phone with Shigor, he says, don't you worry, I'll find you. At the moment, Wells brings up the idea of Shigor killing his wife Carla Jean. In the subtextual background, a nun walks by. Wells suggests that Moss cross the river, bring the money to him, and he'll release a reward. He's staying at the Hotel Eagle as well. A different hotel with the same bird name. Moss points out, if I'm going to make a deal with you, why don't I deal with him? Wells again points out that Shigor doesn't make deals. He's a man of principles that transcends simple things like money and drugs, which sets up the irony for when Wells tries to make a deal with Shigor for his own life, but fails. Scene 27 is called Man versus Beast.